There are some trading methods that I prefer more than others. We've actually talked about this before in a video titled my top 3 favorite FIFA 21 Ultimate Team trading methods. And just like I have my top 3 favorite, I also have my top 3 least favorite. And this is exactly what we're going to be going through in today's video. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading videos every single week and I'm giving you the latest tips to make coins within FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. We've even started to move on a bit to FIFA 22. EA have already started to confirm information about FIFA 22 and we will be getting a lot more information over the next couple of months, which will also take us to the release in September. So if you do want to keep up to date with everything, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Getting back into the video, the trading methods that are included in this video are still methods that can make you coins in Ultimate Team, but for reasons that we'll discuss more in depth within this video, such as the time it takes you to actually go through the method, the amount of coins that it requires you for you to start, or the risk that comes with it, it just makes it not worth your time. You can go through other trading methods that are less risky, take less time, and can give you a much better return. You could even go over to the previous video where I go through my top 3 favorite trading methods and use those 3 instead of the 3 that are included within this video. So the first trading method to talk about, which I really do not like, is sniping. And I know as I am bringing this up as the first trading method, there's gonna be a lot of you guys that straight away disagree with me. Sniping is where you'll try to find a player a lot lower compared to their lowest buy now. But instead of trying to bid on players below the lowest buy now, instead you're just going to set that as the maximum buy now and just keep on searching. For 99% of the time you'll get a message which tells you there's no deals that fit that parameter. But eventually as you carry on doing it, eventually someone will list a player that fits into that parameter. And that's when you need to be super quick for you to buy that player, and you can immediately go and list that player to sell them on for profit. This never used to be a trade method within Ultimate Team, but then EA introduced price ranges to get more of a control over the market, and this led to a lot of players just going completely extinct. So the only way that you was able to buy these players for your team was for you to snipe them. Now with FIFA 21, the market is a lot more stable. There are still some players that are extinct from the market, as in you cannot find them, but this is not as bad as what it used to be. So now over the years, what was something that you had to do just for you to get players into your team is now a trade method that players use. Players use sniping to buy players a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now, and then they'll relist them at a higher price and they should sell on relatively quickly. But with this trade method, there's a couple different reasons why I don't like it. The first reason is you're always relying on someone else making a mistake, and this just leads this whole trader method coming down to you being in the right place at the right time. You're looking at a specific player or a specific group of players that either play for a nationality, team, or even just play in a certain position, and then it's just about continuously spamming the search button and updating the market so that you can get the latest deals. The only way that you're going to be getting a good deal out of this is when someone else lists a player a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now, and this is where you immediately try to snipe that player. If you're not in the right place at the right time and you're not looking at the correct type of players, or no one actually lists a player a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now, then you're just stuck there doing the same thing for quite some time. Not to mention that if you do search the market too many times or do it too quickly, eventually EA will just kick you from Ultimate Team. This is where you'll then need to go through a verification process and log back in. The second reason why I don't like this trading method is because most go through this only looking to make a couple hundred coins per deal. And at that stage, you might as well just use a simple bulk bidding method, as it's less active and gives you a very similar result. Instead of you constantly having to be playing the game and continuously searching just for any type of player to be listed, you could just find a specific player, bid on every single one that's at that price that you want to be bidding at, and then just leave. Once you come back and everything has expired, you then list all of those players on a transfer market. It's the exact same thing, except one of them is a lot more active and you have to be playing the game constantly, whereas the other one is you being a bit more passive. You set up everything, go away for a bit, and then you can come back. The second trader method that I really do not like is actually investing. Investing is where you'll buy a specific type of card or player, have them stored into your club for a certain amount of time, ready for something to happen. This can be a new type of SBC, it could be new type of objectives, and hopefully that will bring demand to the type of player that you bought into. bringing that price a lot higher. With this one, there are certain situations that work out really well when investing, but for most people that try and get into this, it's really not worth it because of the amount of time that it takes and the amount of coins that you need. Most players want instant gratification, where they're able to buy a player very cheap and times their coins by 5 or even 10. And they can do it very quickly. Because of this, investing just doesn't suit a lot of people. Investing can be very slow and can be very tedious, where you'll buy into a player for around 10,000 coins and then over a week they've only gone up by 1,000 coins. Yes, it's still profit and you really haven't had to do anything to get those coins, it's just that players staying into your club. But when players want to be buying the best of the best within the game, unfortunately that extra 1,000 coins just doesn't cut it, especially when you could just play a couple matches and you'll get 1,000 coins. There are even certain situations which can lead to players being over invested. A good example of this was investing into Team of the Week players just before Team of the Season. Everyone anticipated that EA was going to make you use Team of the Week players if you was to get a Team of the Season player through an SBC. So because of this, loads of people before Team of the Season was released bought loads of different Team of the Week players, anticipating them all to go up. But because so many people invested into Team of the Week players, looking for them just to sell them on as soon as Team of the Season was released, it led to Team of the Week players gradually going up, and as soon as Team of the Season was finally announced and it didn't require any Team of the Week players, everyone sold their players off, making a huge crash within the market for Team of the Weeks. And this all happened because everyone anticipated that Team of the Weeks were going to be needed. But as soon as they wasn't, everyone immediately sold every single one of their players. The only people that made profit was those that bought in way before everyone else. Here on the channel, I uploaded videos telling you to invest in these players way before anyone else was looking to do this. We were able to buy Team of the Weeks for around 10,000 coins. And then fast forwarding just before Team of the Season was released, we actually managed to sell some of these players anywhere between 15 all the way up to 25k. So we got out just in time. But for 99% of those that did invest in Team of the Week players, unfortunately they didn't. And this is why investing made it on this list. I was able to make a very decent amount of profit just from this one event, but there's not many of these events throughout the year. You have right at the beginning of FIFA, somewhere around Christmas, Team of the Year, and then also Team of the Season. These are the biggest events for investing, and for most people they anticipate certain players to go up, which leads to those players not actually being good players to invest in. My third and final trading method for this list is price fixing. Price fixing is one of the riskiest trading methods that you can do within Ultimate Team. It has been around for quite some time, it's just that in the early days it was actually worth going through. The risk was worth it. Nowadays it really isn't. The premise is very simple. You'll go onto Ultimate Team, search the market and find something like a special card which is extremely rare. Let's just say that there's less than a page worth of this specific type of player. You will buy every single one of those players that's listed and claim them as your own. Send every single one to the transfer list and increase it to the max price and list them all over again. If anyone wants to buy this type of player, they'll have to buy it from you as you are the only person that's got these players. And because you're the only person that has these players, you can also dictate the price. And you've set it to the max, giving you a very good amount of profit if anyone does go and buy him. But even though this can be something that's very profitable, it's also very risky. It does require you to have a lot of coins because you're not just buying one single player to make one trade, you're trying to buy 5-10 different players all at the exact same time. Even if we had a very low rated inform which went for 20k, when you're buying 10 of them, it's still going to be 200k. The issue there is that with that 20k player, it's unlikely for them to be desirable. So you actually need to find a much bigger and much better player for you to be able to buy into, and this is where it could lead to hundreds of thousands, potentially even millions of coins. Because there's a very good chance that when you bought every single one of those players that were currently listed, that it was only for that hour. And once you come around to prime time, there's actually a lot more deals. So the only way that you can sell the deals on which you bought earlier is by buying all the other players that are currently listed at a much lower price. and this is just one of those situations where you've dug yourself in deeper. There's also been a lot of cases where you'll price fix a certain player only for that player in real life to perform very well. This leads to them getting new types of special cards which are then added to the game. Anyone that's looking to buy that player for their team are gonna go for the higher rated and better version of that card rather than going for the more expensive and lower rated version that you've got within your club. There are times that this does work and you could be making a lot of coins. But there's so many things that you need to align correctly for it to work well. You need to find a very good desirable player, something that fits the meta in Ultimate Team, someone that's got a lot of demand around them, someone that's cheap where there's room to make profit, and you also need there to be a limited supply on the market. If you fell in just one of these areas, then unfortunately you could be losing hundreds of thousands or potentially even millions of coins. All depends how many coins you have to put up to buy these players. But anyway guys, those are my top 3 least favorite trading methods within an Ultimate Team. All 3 of these trading methods can make you coins, but because of certain things about them, it actually works out to be a lot safer and a lot better for you to use some of the other trading methods that are out there. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.